Welcome, guys, to the Foundry Demo Day, Friday. This is March 26th. Yeah, the main thing we're going to be demoing here is the onboarding that has been revamped. And then I'm also going to end on showing the analytics for the, not for the .eth domain right now, but for the staging server. And so I'll show you guys how that looks. And then hopefully later today, we'll finish up a few things and actually get that analytics working on the main server. And then I'll stream the analytics and hopefully get some help from the community to try to get some traffic to Smoke Signal. So it's pretty exciting to be at that stage. But anyway, let me jump right into the demo. All right. So now this is a fresh, I've wiped out all the cookies and I've uninstalled MetaMask. So this is what a non-crypto user will see. And now I'm going to go to the dev, the staging site here. But as I said, hopefully we'll be putting these changes on the live site pretty quick here. Get rid of that. So I could click on get started. I'm going to assume the user doesn't really want to do that yet. They're going to click around, read some stuff. And maybe they see this, and then they go, okay, that's pretty cool. I want to reply. So, okay, to post or interact with Smoke Signal, you need a crypto identity. So I click there. I'll just run through this. I don't know if you want to talk about anything, Skull, while I set this up. It won't take as long as last time, though.
Well, I just mentioned some stuff quickly. Crypto and myself did spend some time getting the new forms up. So Crypto, you agree we're still on schedule for Monday. So when the existing form expires, we will have a form on both Binance Smart Chain and on Uniswap, right?
That is the plan, yes.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so now MetaMask is set up. So I will close these tabs and it says install MetaMask and refresh. So let me refresh here. Okay, it brings me back to where I was looking. Now if I click reply, I get a connect wallet. Okay. There we go. So now this is the compose window. And I can switch to XDAI here. So most people won't have any crypto at all. And so this says, note that posting on Smoke Signal using Ethereum can result in very high gas prices. Using XDAI as a cheaper alternative. We might want to make this language much stronger, but anyway, so you can click switch to XDAI.
How do you mean make the language stronger?
Oh, I mean, for the user to use XDAI like this is really what we want, because for them to use, I want to emphasize like, look, XDAI is probably going to be a way better choice for you. But anyway, that's sort of neither here nor there for the demo. Let me approve that, switch network. There we go. And it says my XDAI wallet is currently empty, request. Oh, there's been a problem. Well, that's nice. Scott, can I send you my address and get some XDAI from you?
Just check your wallet. I've noticed sometimes it shows that message, but the send actually goes through.
Okay. Ah, there it is. Okay.
Hey, cool.
All right. Okay, now that message disappears. Very nice. And okay, what should I say here? Let's see what this is talking about.
Welcome to Demo Day 2021-3-
Here, let me get a cool emoji here. There we go. We also made this a little clearer to kind of describe what's happening here and defaulted to 0. So you can leave that 0. I'll do that for now, but if you want to make this 1, you can do that. And then if you are burning an amount, you can choose whether or not to donate. So that's how that works now. I'll leave it at 0 and submit. There we go, confirm. Transactions mining, we can see it here. That should go through in no time here. There it is, published. So now if I scroll down, I should actually be able to see it. Okay, so there it is. There's my my comment 10 seconds ago. Very cool. And so now we've basically onboarded a user that knows nothing about crypto, and they really didn't even need to learn much about crypto. And they're posting onto the XDAI chain. So that's pretty cool. I'm pretty excited about that. Yeah, so the only thing we're waiting on now to push this to the .eth domain is the currently mobile is kind of a little broken on Compose. So the Compose window doesn't really work right with mobile, and the onboarding isn't really built yet for mobile. But Ronan says he thinks he can get that done by today. And when that's done, then we will push the whole thing to the .eth domain and then stream the analytics. So I'll actually show you guys the analytics right now. So this is the, I'll close the tab. Let me just stop sharing and open that tab back up. So I'm going to show you the analytics for the staging server, but we have basically the same thing set up for the main server. Let's see, okay. All right, I'm going to share again now. So this is the kind of data that we're collecting now. So you can see that Wallet Connect was initiated, the wallet was connected, set the nation flag. You can see that the post transaction was mining and was mined. You know, you can read these yourself. I guess I don't need to read through all of them. But yeah, once we get all this, once we get these changes pushed to the main site, these will start populating on the, you know, if I go here and I go to Smoke Signal, it would populate there as well. And so I think we're going to stream basically this type of view, but for the main property. And then we'll basically ask the community to, you know, get creative and see what things generate traffic. I don't know if you exactly saw, but like if I go back here and let's say I click reply, so the Compose thing opened, I go back here, that immediately shows up. So this real-time view here is really nice to get instant feedback. So if you put the link anywhere really, or email your friend, you'll be able to see how effective that is. And obviously what we'd be aiming for probably is the post-transaction mined. I think that would be the real key. Just, I mean, the more posts on Smoke Signal, I mean, that's really the, I think we're trying to maximize at this point. So yeah, any thoughts from y'all? See, there's something in the chat. Cup says looks clean. That's nice.
Okay, what is the plan for the, once we have this up, like, can you illuminate to us what the plan is for the rest of the marketing?
Well, there's a few different ideas, approaches. I mean, we've already started actually advertising on Google. We want to start advertising on Facebook too. And then so that combined with some user testing. So we're going to be doing some user testing where we basically have Zoom calls with somebody, record the call and say, hey, make a post. And we see how hard that is for them, and then gather that data. And once, I mean, if that comes back and shows there's big issues to fix, we'll fix those issues. But if and when that shows that things are relatively functional.
Exactly, if what exactly comes back and says there's big issues?
Well, the user testing. So if I sit with somebody and record a Zoom call with 10 people and 8 people couldn't figure out how to make a post, that's a big issue.
Yeah.
We can sort of see that from the analytics, but having the Zoom call recorded will very much more resolution show us what can be wrong. So I think as soon as the user testing comes back relatively clean. I mean, it doesn't need to be perfect, but it needs to be. I think Chris was saying. I think he said something like 80% of the people should be able to do the action, at least if they're crypto sort of savvy. So if we hit that mark, then we'll start reaching out to Chica Crypto and do these more, you know, the bigger stunts. We're also talking about a writing contest. So having a contest where we have various prizes for people putting stuff on Smoke Signal. And we could actually, I'm just realizing that we could actually use Smoke Signal to pay them. There's of course for those who don't know, I'll just share my screen again. But you know, this so this $2 here and $1 here, those should be clickable. I think they are here. Well, you can see this first one is how much it's burned, but this green one is how much people have tipped. So I can't find any of the $1 ones here. Probably if I go back. So here, this guy has burned 278, but he actually was tipped for 96 there. So crowd tipped the author. So we could actually hand out the rewards in that way. This writing contest.
Yeah. So we could actually give people, you know, like wins for what we liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm out of stuff to talk about.
Okay.
Well, I mean, actually, just to add one more thing to your question there, how we're going to approach marketing, I am really excited about the idea of streaming analytics or open sourcing that to the community in general, and seeing what they come up with, and then actually just rewarding efforts. I mean, if a user is able to get, like, let's say 10 new organic posts that show up on Smoke Signal, that at this point is such a huge deal. I think we would reward them quite handsomely for that. And even if it's not something that actually results in maybe conversions specifically, but just an idea or observation, or even an idea for a new G tag, anything that helps the marketing efforts, we are going to be quite. I'm happy to be quite generous with the rewards on that, both in terms of how much you get for what you've done, but also just like if you did something small, I'll give you, small amount of XDAI or Fry or whatever your drug.
How do we
is.
How do we determine the success of what someone posted?
I think we can be cowboys. I think just, if someone makes a good contribution, we'll just make a call. I mean, we're going to be transparent about the fact that it's from the hip, and then people will start to see, okay, well, this guy did this and he got that much, and we'll just build the reputation and just show people to what extent we're going to be generous, and just keep that up for some time. I don't think we need to get too overly definitional about it. We don't need to get a rubric going really, except for something quite rough. But we want conversions. If what you did got us closer to getting more conversions, or got us more conversions, we'll reward you proportionally.
Okay.
And conversion, just for those who aren't familiar with the marketing lingo, something is a conversion when a user gets to your site and then typically it would mean they make a purchase. For us, you could call different things conversions. I would say posting a post is a pretty good conversion, or tipping. But so anyway, that when we say conversion, that's what we're talking about. Some ultimate goal that you're trying to sort of usher the user to do.
I just got a message here from, Crypto, don't you just want to say what you just told me?
Okay,
sorry, this is off. Can we move on from the Smoke Signal topic? Sorry.
Sure. Okay, so that's it for do we want to stop the video then, or?
Well, let's just quickly talk about the bridging we did to.
Sure. Okay.
Let's chat about that quickly. So Crypto, maybe just tell us what the goal was what the goal is for Monday and how far we are. And I see you now have some details on costs.
Yeah. So the goal is to have a farm on Ethereum mainnet as well as on BSC. Both yielding or rewarding in DAI. So we've been able to bridge Fry token to BSC chain directly, one hop basically using AnySwap. There seems to be no cost moving to BSC, but then bridging back from BSC to mainnet, there's a fee of 700 Fry, and also a small cost in terms of BSC. I think it's 10 Gwei.
Okay. Yeah, so basically we should have but I mean, the implications for everyone who's interested in tokenomics and things is that we should be on Binance chain, linked to the BNB coin, at least for liquidity pool. So that gives a whole extra dimension to liquidity that we can access. So just a quick thing here. I just want to answer. I see Cup is asking in the Zoom chat here about what about an AMA. And I see Logan has answered. We did do one some time ago, and the benefits back then seemed kind of thin. Like lots of Telegram joins, but not much effort in the sale, Fry, or product interest. So the things is, I think the things.
I'll just add to that. I was going to type it, but since we're talking about it now, that could change depending on where the AMA is, and also the fact that we have a product that's really ready to market, and we'll have a lot more of a community. So definitely not saying no to the AMAs. I'm just saying, like, in the past, it's been miss and miss, not a hit and miss. It's been a miss and miss. So, but we'll definitely open to trying that again.
Yeah, we had an incredibly nice AMA on New Year's Eve, and the problem was just like we got no traction from it. Like people were asking really intelligent questions, and was actually, I mean, I enjoyed the experience, but we got no real result from it for for the treasury or the fry price or for anything.
Yeah.
Well, not that I know. Maybe we gained some people who were sticking around, still around. I don't know, but we weren't able to trace anything back to them. We looked at the analytics. We didn't see a bump in anything.
Yeah, we literally didn't see a bump on the analytics, which is,
Yeah,
and we didn't even
yeah.
have that much traffic then either. So we really didn't see anything from it, except for
We
the
saw-
Telegram joins. I saw like a bajillion Telegram joins, but even
Yeah,
they
we-
didn't seem to stick around.
around. Yeah.
Yeah.
We saw a bump in visits to the site. We saw nothing on the sale. I don't even know if we saw any buys. So, well, we saw no buys from the sale, which I don't know about Uniswap. But so that was a little bit of a bummer. It wasn't a bad day though. I mean, it was New Year's Eve, so I don't know how many people could have attended that thing, and that was the highest quality one we've attended. In terms of us of things that we've now found that works. Things we found that actually work to at least increase the number of fry holders is when we do a liquidity farm, and I think we've got a very good liquidity farm model now. The previous one got a lot of stuff in. That's the one thing that works. The other thing that works a lot is there are two major influencers on Twitter where I think they like us, at least as people. They don't like the fact that the sale is ongoing for so long and implies so much inflation relative to the amount of liquidity there is. But both Macro CRG and Fondship seem to at least be very kind towards us. Those two have had the single biggest impact actually. And the last thing that's now positive is the Biz mentions have now turned from shut up you scammers to wow, this actually does look like some old school crypto project. So those three things are the things that I'm willing to pursue again.
Right, and I'll add to that the interview with
Igor.
Oh shit, what's his name? Igor from XDAI. That ended up going a little bit viral, which might be related to one of those influences you mentioned.
Yeah.
That might be sort of how it went viral. But,
Yeah, it's Fondship.
But so to have these interviews is good content, and I think an analogous thing we'll have soon is a good site basically that could go viral itself for the app Smoke Signal. So
yeah, I think the best thing that we could possibly do at all is get traction on Smoke Signal, because Smoke Signal does link to the site does link to the buy thing. I think that's maybe something we can put in the backlog, is just maybe a ticket that says learn about Foundry and buy Fry, just have them be two different buttons.
Yeah. Just in general, make sure that funnel, that connection is strong.
Yeah.
So if people, the traffic that lands on Smoke Signal essentially like leaks to the sale and Foundry. Yeah.
And another thing that I must say is it's slow and thankless work in the moment, but it really pays off, is all these videos, because I've seen that so many times. Like everyone who comes and sticks around for a long time, whenever there's a real substantial spike and we have 5 or 6 extra people making knowledgeable contributions, they almost always say, oh wow, these guys have weekly live demos. So that, we're doing the right thing here.
Yeah. Okay. Well, shall we end it here? Keep it short. Or is there anything else you wanted to go over?
No, I'm happy. Okay.
All right.
Cool.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.